Welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on making a small wall mount enclosure for my new Raspberry Pi B+. Basically it's going to mount in a closet in the basement on the wall, always on, powered up with a wireless card in it, and it's going to be basically a web server and some home automation stuff and whatever I dream up to do with it. But before we do all that, we need to have a place where it can live safely. So I'm going to start out by I made two models, but I want it facing this way, so this is the one I'm going to cut out. This would be the base. I'm going to make it pretty much the same as I did with this temporary one, with small 1/4-inch standoffs that it just screws into, but then I have slots that allow for a cover to go over it. So let's get started. I'm going to start actually by cutting out the standoffs, and then I'll cut out the base plate. I'm going to start out by drilling out the holes for the size screws I'm going to use. Obviously you'll have to size that for your own screws that you have. I'm going to continue with the back plate portion. I'm just cutting it out of 1/8-inch thick plywood. Going to drill my blade axis holes for where the sides are going to notch in. In all honesty, I haven't designed the sides yet, but I think I can make them work with whatever this comes out as, so we'll see. So, I have it all cut out. Now these squares aren't here to be cut out, it's just so I can mark where the standoffs are going to be glued. Actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to just poke a hole in the middle here. Just to help me line things up. And beyond that, I'm actually going to just cut them out, or at least make some marks so I can see where the edges are on them. So I'll just go through and cut them out. And it's important everything lines up for the standoffs. So I really only gave myself about 1 millimeter tolerance all the way around the circuit board. So we can see how we're going to center that. Actually what I think I'll do, I'm going to screw the standoffs into the bottom of the Pi and actually glue them on with it on there. That way I'm sure everything will line up perfectly with the holes. And my last screw here. Okay. Got my standoff screwed on. Two of them I wasn't quite centered on, so the ones that I'm going to facing towards me when I glue it down, I use the more centered ones for those. And we're going to just line it, and just put glue on, set her down, and let her set up. So let's see. I'm just going to carefully put a little glue on each one. Alright, I've planned out what the remainder of the sides will look like in the top right here. For the back side, this piece. Then for the side with the hookups, that'll be right here for the power video and the other video and audio hookup. I got some slots in the top and openings for the pins, hookups for the camera and the display hookup that's here. I don't really plan on using those, but you never know. And on the end, we have an opening for the mini SD. And right here we have an opening to see the activity lights. For these, I've tried to position them so the outward facing side is up. That's so when you cut it out on the soft birch plywood, it tends to be really fuzzy on the back side. This way it'll come out cleaner on the side that people will see. Not that anyone's going to see it in my closet, but you know, might as well make it look nice if you can. Well, I have them all cut out. Got a lot of cleanup to do. If you're going to do much scroll sawing, especially with softwoods like this, you're going to want needle files, and fingernail files work very good too for cleaning up edges. It's the disposable kind, it's just like sandpaper. So I got a bit of cleanup to do. We'll try doing a dry assembly, see how it fits together at that point. Before starting out with the emery boards and the needle files, typically you'll start out with a 220 grit sandpaper or so with a hand sander. You can get a lot of it done that way. Now I have just a little bit cleanup left on the inside parts where I couldn't possibly get with a hand sander. Well, now that I got her all sanded and cleaned up, a little bit right here actually, just going to do a dry fit. Okay, I need to adjust the hinge a little bit. So we get a good fit here. What's going on? Ooh, wrong way. Alright, perfect. Let's try this side. Looks like I missed something on my design here. Intended for a notch to be here. Well, I'll just do a quick fit without the top. And I'll cut a notch in here afterwards. Things are a little looser than I wanted them. I wanted them to kind of hold together without me having to hold it. But then the idea is that'll all be glued in place. I'm going to just hold it with a rubber band for now, and that's probably how I'll glue it. I'll put the glue on and just put a couple rubber bands around it. Let's see if our pile slide right in. So, there were holes. Openings there, openings there. Now the question is, would have I been able to get that in and out? And it looks like I will not be able to get it in and out. Alright, if I slide it this way. Oh, if I take the memory chip out, I bet you I can get it in and out. So I slide it that way, back comes up. Yeah, that'll work. Made a couple modifications. Took off that tab altogether. I decided it wasn't necessary, so I got my cover on now. We'll just close and open like so. Friction's plenty good to hold it shut. I do want to put a finish on here, so that'll probably require a bit more sanding to get a little more looseness in it. Just to show how things go in and how far they stick out. We got that, plenty of clearance. Over here, I have a HDMI cable. May make that bigger. I have to test that. It looks like it worked out pretty good there. But I might want to make it bigger just to go in. I don't know if it would go any further. Got a power cable right here. That one's not going to fit either. So, a couple modifications I have to make. Make the hole bigger for the HDMI. Make the hole bigger for the power, because it's not going in far enough. Back's pretty good. Should get the Ethernet cable and test that real quick. I don't anticipate any trouble with the network cable because there's plenty of space there. So I got a couple modifications. I also had to make this hole bigger. It was too tight. Continuing on with my modifications, I've enlarged the hole for the power, the HDMI, and the other audio video output. Also, my width is maybe a millimeter too small to easily slide the board in and out, because this one sticks out just a bit further than the other two. So, and I'll adjust it on my plans. However, I'm too far along to start over, so I just kind of notched the wood a little bit. That's enough. That's all I needed really to make it come in, go in and out easily. We'll just put her back together here and go through the motions here. Alright. So we'll go like that. Have a notch for the hole there. We'll just hold it together. We'll just slide in. Like so. Well, my final coat of finish on here is dried. So we're ready to try out the pie in the new enclosure. Take her. Just kind of slip it. Well, first we take the card out. So that's going to catch in the back. Slip her right in. And, okay. Ironically, these brass screws seem to be magnetic. Obviously brass plate. I can use this magnetized one to get them started. That's in place. Oh, I got my wireless adapter already in, just to see how it all fits again. Ethernet adapter would go in here. Oh, here it is. And video cord could go in there. Increase the space. Although that one sticks out probably enough where I wouldn't have needed to. And the power supply. And you can see over here we have our activity lights and our power light. See a little more activity any second. I'll boot up. don't have a monitor in my workshop, at least not HDMI. And there we go. Here's the finished pie mounted on the wall. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. An updated plan will be published on my website pretty soon, where I'm making it just maybe 1 or 2 millimeters wider so that the pie is easier to get in and out of the enclosure. Once again, if you're interested in this, it is for the B+ model. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. Thanks.